All right, as a businessman and as a jock, I'm pretty competitive as nature. It's just part of who I am. Like everything I do is a competition, and that's okay. A little competition is healthy. It can be therapeutic. It There's a lot of people that would probably disagree, but ultimately, I think there's a level of healthy competition that's definitely important for a healthy outlook on life, just to be able to look at things and know that, hey, it's okay to, fall short at times, as long as you're always striving to be better, as long as you're always trying to excel and trying to get further than where you're at. Now, ultimately, yeah, there's easy ways to have benchmarks for that is when you're competing with others. But end of the day, that your greatest competition is always going to be yourself. Now, there's a phrase, you hear it all the time: give all you've got. You've heard me say it. Whatever it takes, all you've got, all you've got. But how many of us actually take a moment to really give that statement, that phrase, any kind of merit or meaning, or just giving it the thought that it so needs in order really to grasp what it's saying? When you say whatever it takes, that means there's no limits. That means there's not an end point. That means there's not a line you're going to draw that says, hey, you know what? I've done this. Okay, that's all I'm willing to do. No, whatever it takes means there's not a limit. When you decide to launch a business, why are you doing it? When you decide to invest for your life, you're doing it for your family, right? You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your future. You're doing it for financial freedom, independence. Like, if that's what you're really trying to do is build financial freedom, then that's what you got to ask yourself is, what is the line? There's not one. There's not one. Now, when investing, you've ultimately got to have cutoff points. You've got to see when it's time to get out, because this investment's gone as far as it can absolutely go. When you're growing your business and you're looking at marketing and you're looking at, inventory, products, things like that, there's got to be a budget, so to speak, so you can keep track of things and you can have some accountability. But when it comes down to it, is there a line to what you're not willing to do? No. Now, am I telling you to go out there and compromise yourself? No, I'm not telling you to compromise yourself. I'm telling you, be willing. First of all, if the business itself doesn't compromise you who you are, then giving everything you've got to growing it and building it shouldn't compromise you either. You've got to really give everything you've got. You've got to be willing to work. There's a phrase that amongst entrepreneurs, we're working 80 hours for ourselves so that way we don't have to work 40 for the man, right? When it comes down to it, it's not 80 for yourself so that way you can not work 40 for the man. Like, literally, I have pulled 34 hours straight. 34 hours straight. That's not 40 in a week. That's not 80 in a week. I have literally sat down at my computer, pounded those keys for 30 hours straight, take nothing but breaks to go to the restroom and to eat. And most of the time, I brought my food right there to that desk. Why? Because what I was doing needed my attention. Now, ultimately, y'all have families, y'all have things going on, life's going on. You're trying to grow this business and build this business in addition to what you got going on, so that way you can get past all of that. Well, you know what? Sacrifices are going to have to be made. There's going to have to be those times where you come home from your 9 to 5 and you work for 5 hours straight. You work for 6 hours straight. You work through the night, so that way you can grab a coffee and a Red Bull and chug it on the way to your job the next morning, because what you are doing is bigger than getting a good night's sleep. What you're doing is bigger than taking time out to watch Netflix. What you're doing is bigger than any excuse you're going to come up with. If you're really trying to build something for yourself and your family, you know what I'm saying is true. Let's do whatever it takes. and truly mean whatever it takes. Whatever you're doing today, give it all you've got. That's all I'm asking. Just give all you've got, everything you've got, every last bit, and let's get it doing. All right, y'all be sure to like, subscribe, ding that bell, get your notifications. It's your boy Corey B. I'm out.